It's just really interesting to see what companies will do and how they treat their employees. Sometimes you think a company, you think this is a great company, and then you see how they've treated their employees and you think, wow, I would have never expected that of this company. Also, they usually know the law, and it's interesting to see how companies will try to skirt the law. My name is Heidi, and I am a senior paralegal at the Spiggle Law Firm. It's also really nice to be able to help people. When you get somebody a settlement or more in their severance agreement, it's really a great feeling when they're so grateful and they're so happy, and they've been through a lot. A lot of times they've been through a lot, because it's surprising how traumatic it can be to be discriminated against or harassed at your workplace. If it's never happened to you, you probably wouldn't really understand, but I think everyone's probably been harassed at some point or other at some job. And if you think back on it, it is really traumatic, and that's the place you have to go 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. So if you have a really bad work situation, it's really traumatic. And so it's very rewarding to be able to help people when you can. I mean, you can't always, sometimes it just doesn't work, but when it does, it feels really good. I was in my 20s when I was working as a regular secretary, and I was outside. She was taking a smoke break, this legal secretary that worked in the office next to me. And I asked her what she did, and she said she was a legal secretary. And I just thought that was so glamorous and so exciting. And I remember I went to school to get a certificate, and I became a legal secretary. And I was a legal secretary for many years. And then I was watching the paralegals, and I thought, I want to be a paralegal, because it was much more involved. It was much more autonomous. It was a lot of research, which I love doing. And I just thought it was so exciting. And I didn't go to school for it. I just basically, every time I had a new legal secretary job, I would ask the attorney, hey, I'd love to do some paralegal work, and I can bill for it and make the firm some money. And so I was given opportunities here and there to do paralegal work. And then I finally got my first job as an actual paralegal at a small firm. And then I ended up starting my own business as a paralegal. And so then I was able to get another 5 years of experience. So it just I started, and worked my way up. And I just, I really feel like it's a career. And I love doing it, and I love the research aspect of it. And it was the best decision I ever made, because fortunately, people will always need attorneys. So in my whole career, I've never once not been able to find a job, even during COVID. I was at Spiggle during COVID, and nothing happened. I mean, it was still the same. In fact, I think it got busier. So it was a great career choice to get into the legal field, for sure. And I didn't want to go to law school, so that was the next best. I've worked in different areas. I've mostly been a litigation paralegal, and a lot of personal injury. And for the most part of my career, I was on the defense side. So it was much more, it was like banking and securities or real estate and any type of litigation. And then when I started working on the plaintiff side, it was for an employment attorney. So Spiggle's the second employment attorney that I've worked for. So I've been doing employment for about 5 years. And it's very interesting. It's definitely a very interesting area of law. I love everything about the Spiggle Law Firm. They've been really, really good to me. I started as a contractor. They wanted to hire me full-time, and I really didn't want to work a full-time job, but I loved working with them so much that I decided to go ahead and do it. It will be a year as a full-time employee in September, and I have loved it. Nothing's really changed. I still have all the freedom in the world. They never micromanage you. You know your job. They treat you like a professional. I know what I'm supposed to do, and as long as I'm doing it, that's really all they care about. It's almost like a family. They don't just treat you like an employee, they treat you like family, and that's what I love about it. And everyone gets along, everyone works well together, everyone steps in and helps out when it's needed. I've just never worked anywhere like this where, it's like clockwork, the way everything works. And Tom Spiggle is an amazing, amazing man who I've watched the firm grow so much over the last 4 years, and that has been a wonderful experience for me, to watch the firm grow so much in the last 4 years, and I'm so excited about how much more it's going to grow in the next 5 years. So I just really can't say anything bad about it. It's just been a fantastic experience for me, and this is the longest I've ever stayed at a job, so that definitely says something.